Hello and welcome, everyone. We're so excited to have you join us for today's Discover UC San Diego webinar. We'll be exploring student support services and programs that make UC San Diego unique. We hope you're just as eager as we are to hear directly from various offices that make our campus a supportive environment for military-connected students, transfer students, undocumented students, and students with disabilities. Let's dive in and discover what sets our student support services apart at UC San Diego. Before we get started, here are a few housekeeping items to keep in mind. We encourage you to use the Zoom Q&A feature to submit any questions you may have. Our amazing campus partners will be staying throughout the session to answer your questions. As they come to mind, please submit them and specify which service or program you're inquiring about. We will also have dedicated Q&A session during the program where we'll ask some of our campus partners some live questions. However, if your question goes unanswered, we encourage you to reach out directly to the relevant resources and programs or to the undergraduate admissions for further assistance. Closed captioning is available. Simply click on the live transcript icon to enable it or select Show Captions in your Zoom toolbar for automated captions. Thank you for your understanding, and we hope you enjoy the session. All right, now let's go over today's agenda. I will start with a brief overview of our campus, then I'll hand it over to our amazing campus partners who are listed on the screen to share more information about student support services and programs they offer to Tritons here at UC San Diego. UC San Diego is located in what we proudly call America's finest city, San Diego, California. Our campus is just minutes away from some of Southern California's most spectacular beaches and about 20 minutes from downtown San Diego. As a UC San Diego student, you'll have access to convenient transportation options, including unlimited bus rides with the UPass and the San Diego Trolley, which comes right onto campus. This makes it easy for you to explore neighborhoods throughout the city, including iconic spots like Balboa Park, the San Diego Zoo, the US-Mexico border, and so much more. San Diego offers a wealth of recreational activities. Our campus is surrounded by beaches, deserts, and mountains, making it a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts. If you love hiking, there are tons of trails nearby. If you prefer the water, you can easily take up a new hobby like kayaking or surfing. If you enjoy colder weather, you're just a drive away from Julian and Big Bear, where you can ski and enjoy a cup of hot cocoa. San Diego's weather averages around 77 degrees in the summer and 62 degrees in the winter, offering a comfortable climate year-round. Our campus is expansive, covering 1,200 acres. With new construction underway, we're continually enhancing our facilities to provide state-of-the-art classrooms and spaces. Whether you're walking, biking, or skateboarding, you'll find plenty of ways to navigate and enjoy our beautiful campus. Our campus offers 160 majors across 8 academic schools, providing a wealth of opportunities for exploration and study. You can find a full list of majors on our undergraduate admissions website. The possibilities here are truly endless. Applicants are reviewed for admission by their first choice major. The following majors are generally in high demand and have limited capacity. They are biological sciences, data science, engineering, and public health. To enhance your chances of admissions, we strongly encourage applicants to select an alternate major when applying to UC San Diego. One of the standout features of our campus is our unique college system. UC San Diego has 8 distinct colleges offering students the best of both worlds. State-of-the-art facilities and world-renowned faculty at a top-ranked research institution with a more personal and approachable community through their college affiliation. Each college provides its own academic advising and dean's office services, helping students thrive by creating a more personalized university experience. Students can study any UC San Diego major at any college. The major remains the same regardless of the college, and the classes are taught across campus, including students from all college. Each college offers its own student government, organizations, traditions, and special events. And there are also available on the campus-wide level as well. Differences among the colleges really come down to each college having its own philosophy and consequently its own set of general education requirements that surround that philosophy. Students will rank their preferred colleges on the UC application for admissions. If offered admission to UC San Diego, a college will be assigned based on their preferences and application ranking. UC San Diego offers 10 supportive centers where you can build community, form meaningful relationships, and engage in important dialogue. These centers provide a welcoming environment and resources to help you thrive. Some will be highlighted today to show you how you can get involved and connect. Before we begin with our first speaker, remember that your well-being at UC San Diego is our priority. Today's webinar will share valuable insights on how you can utilize these resources to build a network and thrive during your college journey. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the Office for Students with Disabilities to the virtual stage.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alejandra Cervantes. I am a Senior Disability Specialist with the Office for Students with Disabilities. So I'll be going over just general information about how our office works and how to get started with our office. So who we are is we work with undergraduate, graduate, and professional students with documented disabilities. We are dedicated to fostering an inclusive and supportive community while promoting equitable access and opportunities for students with disabilities. On our next slide, we serve like I said, undergraduate, graduate, and professional students with documented disabilities, faculty and staff who provide accommodations to the students registered in our office, and student veterans. We will work with students with mental health difficulties, including depression, anxiety, and ADHD, physical conditions like mobility, sight, and hearing, chronic health conditions such as IBS and epilepsy, along with other documented learning disabilities or neurodivergence. We work with students with conditions that are chronic or temporary. So if you come to our campus and you end up injuring yourself during a skateboarding accident or any type of event, you can always contact our office to work with some temporary solutions while you recover from your injuries. Next slide. The types of accommodations that we work with and we provide are note-taking services, extended test time during exams, a separate testing location outside of the actual classroom, access to adaptive technology such as Kurzweil, Dragon Naturally Speaking, and smart pens and audio recorders. We also provide housing and dining accommodations such as wheelchair accessible units and modified meal plans for those who have food allergies or food intolerances. We also work with the transportation services to provide access for and transit mobility that provides rides across campus using a golf cart or an accessible vehicle. Next slide. Many questions that we get on our campus is, why am I not getting the same accommodations I received at high school or in community college? Universities use a different set of criteria than K through 12 to provide reasonable accommodations, which means we are looking at equitable access to the classroom, to the learning environment. So some accommodations that are offered in K through 12 may not be appropriate at the university level. The information provided by the student or the documentation that is provided by the doctors does not support the request. So we need detailed information from what the current functional limitations are and how you're impacted on a day-to-day basis. Accommodation requested would not be appropriate given your current functional limitations. So we need to understand how is the accommodation going to lessen the impact of what you're experiencing due to your disability. And lastly, it's a fundamental alteration of the course or the learning objective. As I mentioned, accommodations are provided to ensure equitable access. And so we want to make sure that the accommodation does not change the actual learning objective of the class. When you're coming to our campus, steps to take to have a successful transition to our campus would be honest with yourself and don't compare yourself to others. You have your own journey to follow. You're not here to compare yourself with others. So we want to make sure that you are looking at what is right for you as a student individually. Develop a continuity plan, clear plan for if you're not from the San Diego area. So if you meet with the doctor or a provider on a continuous basis, and you are from out of the San Diego area or out of the state or from other areas, make sure that you have a plan with your home doctor. If that means setting up virtual appointments with them so that you can continue your care, or if you need to find a provider that's near this campus area, then do that in advance so that when you get to campus, you're ready to go and you're not struggling to try to find someone to continue your care. And then ask for assistance early. Your information is not automatically transferred to our office and to our campus. So if you don't contact our office, we don't know that you need assistance or you need services. So as soon as you accept your offer and you decide to come to our campus, please contact us to schedule an appointment so that we can begin our process on our campus. And then you can contact us by either emailing us at osd@ucsd.edu. You can call our front desk at 858-534-4382. And then our office is currently located in Pepper Canyon Hall, Suite 300. So you can come in during our office hours, or you can contact us and we will be happy to schedule an appointment for prospective students and for students who have decided to join our campus. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Priscilla Rodriguez, and I'm the Program Coordinator for Undocumented Student Services, housed here at the University of San Diego. Slide. So this is just an overview of our team. We're quite small, but we have our program manager, who is Diane Castañeda Munoz. She and I help run the space of the program, right, as well as our program and services. We have Andres Lemons, who is our immigration attorney. So, right, the attorney that supports students with any legal questions, legal concerns, cases that they might have. And we recently added Angelica Escobar, who is our paralegal. She supports Andres with any of the legal cases that we can take on, as well as also expanding our capacity to help more students when they have legal questions. So you can go to the next slide. So our commitment to our students, right? So Undocumented Student Services is committed to serving undocumented students at UC San Diego, primarily through a holistic approach that encompasses personal guidance, immigration legal services, community building, partnerships, and also referrals to appropriate resources on campus and off campus. Our programs and services are designed to help students overcome obstacles that arise from their immigration status, to support them through their personal and academic excellence. Right, the ultimate goal is to help students not only thrive within the university community, but also graduate from UC San Diego. Next slide. So primarily, we offer two types of services to students. Our first is our guidance consultations. These are headed by me and Diane, the program manager. So in these consultations, right, we provide a space for students to confidently disclose their immigration status, right, and receive any type of support that they're seeking, whether this is immigration legal services or it's related to personal or academic services, right? We want to just provide a holistic understanding of where the student is coming from, given that their immigration status is creating obstacles that traditional students don't necessarily have to deal with. So this is the part that me and Diane help support with. The second service is immigration legal services and consultations, right? So all students on campus can meet with our immigration legal services free of charge and kind of do a a check-in in terms of if there's any legal cases that can be taken upon, right, or any changes to legal statuses that can happen. So this is a service that's available to our current enrolled students, but also to their immediate family members. This includes siblings, it also includes parents. So this is a wider service that we offer to the UC San Diego community in general as well. Next slide. We have, these are the next three key programs. These are our flagship programs, as we like to say. So the first is the Yes Food program. This is an alternative to CalFresh. Undocumented students are not eligible for CalFresh, which helps support basic needs for students on campus. So we offer $500 to $200 in terms of assistance e-gift cards for students who are eligible to receive the benefits on a monthly basis. We just ask students, right, to check in with us to help support them, to refer them to anything else if they choose to do so. The following program is the PACE Fellowship Program. This is a scholarship program that provides students an experiential learning opportunity similar to what an internship would be on campus so that students can gain hands-on experiences to build their resume, to build professional skill sets, to build their network while receiving a scholarship for their participation within the program. And the last program that we have is the Equity Grant. This grant is for students. Students get to potentially have up to $1,000 per academic year to cover professional development activities. These can include attending conferences, right? Presenting at conferences. There's usually a fees associated with those, as well as travel and stay. And then it's also primarily used for when students are applying to graduate school. Right, there's fees associated with the application process as well as the preps, the exam preparation that occurs. And the grant can be used to cover all of those activities. These are specifically for AB 540 and California Dream Act applications only, so they're not open to all students on campus. It's specifically designed, right, to support undocumented students, retention, and their graduation within higher education here at UC San Diego. Next slide. And so these are just a few of our events that we offer on a regular basis for students, and these are open to all students on campus, regardless of immigration status. So we have professional development workshops, right? These are workshops that are geared towards helping students cultivate, build those professional developments. These can consist of right, how to apply to grad school, how to start your own business, right? As well as simple things like thinking about how do we build a cover letter, how do we write resumes, things like that. And these will happen throughout the year, and they're open to all students on campus. We also have Wellness Wednesdays. These are in consultation with the Counseling and Psychological Services, CAPS. And these are an hour long, and they're just meant to provide a space for students to have a breather, to have a moment. We usually do them with an arts and crafts activity to help students kind of unwind in the middle of the week as they are gearing up towards either midterms or finals, and just provide a space for students to breathe on our campus. And then we offer undocumented graduation. So this is specifically, right, to highlight the success of undocumented students who graduate from the UC San Diego, whether it's with their undergraduate degree, their master's degree, or with their postdoctoral degree. And it's a ceremony for the student and their families, just to celebrate and highlight their accomplishments that they've accomplished so far. And then we have a few other events that we have throughout the year, but they're not consistent, but it just depends on what our funding looks like and anything that our interns can help us create. So keep an eye in terms of what we offer for social media. You'll see our different types of programming there, but the three that I mentioned above are consistently always provided for our students. And then our center offers a pretty cozy space. It's kind of designed like a little house. So right now, right, the photo is our little outside patio. There's a lot of chairs and tables for students to sit outside, to study, to have lunch. And then inside, we have some study spaces. We have quiet study spaces. And then we have a couch living room area where students can hang out, study, but also watch TV or play the Switch that we have for students after 4:30 p.m. We also have a kitchen and a pantry for students' use, so students can come in and grab a snack if they need to. We usually have things to make sandwiches for students. And any variety of snacks that we can have. And we always encourage students to use our pantry and assist with any of those needs. We also offer free printing on campus in our space. It's only 10 pages per student per day, but it does offer some of those services in terms of personal hygiene as well as uh, school supplies like notebooks, blue books, and things like that. So we always encourage students to check out what we have before they have to go to the bookstore and purchase any of those things themselves. And last page. And this is our contact information. So how to get in touch with us. So our first one is the Undocu email. So this is the email that's geared towards any general questions, right, that incoming students might have in terms of programming and services. So any of the programs that I discussed earlier, right, if you have any questions or concerns, you would send it over to Undocu email. The second one is immigration services at UC San Diego. This is if you have a legal question, this goes to our legal team. So you have a question concerning status, right, about you or parents or community members in general, right, we would go ahead and send it to the immigration services, and that goes to our legal team. And then social media, we have our Instagram and Facebook page, as well as our website. They're all great resources to see what programs and services that we're currently offering to students and kind of the environment that we're having for our spaces. And with that, thank you for your time, and I will pass it over to the Triton Transfer Hub.
All right, thank you, Priscilla. Hi, everybody, welcome. My name is Elizabeth Vasquez. My pronouns are she, her, ella, and I'm the Research and Involvement Coordinator at the Triton Transfer Hub. I also have Kevin, who is a transfer peer coach and a current transfer student here at UCSD, and he'll be behind the scenes if you have any question about our services or resources as well. So yeah, we will go ahead and talk about the Triton Transfer Hub. So at the Triton Transfer Hub, we support current transfer students and a variety of things, and we do lots of great stuff. Some of those are, we have transfer-specific social events, professional and academic workshops. On our website, we have a new student guide, a gallery of artwork, blogs, and more resources. We also have a weekly newsletter for transfer-specific opportunities and events that we send out to the transfer community at UCSD. At the bottom there, you'll see that I'll have more of our contact info later on in the slide, but our website is tritontransfers.ucsd.edu. Our email is tritontransfers@ucsd.edu, and then our handle for Instagram and TikTok is Triton Transfers. And I know Kevin's going to send that in the chat if you're curious and want to check us out. Next slide, please. So our center, and thank you for playing the video. So our center, this is like a little virtual video. It might be a little grainy, sorry about that, but you can see the inside of our space, right? We have a living room space where transfer students can come hang out and meet other transfer students. Some services is we have free printing, so 10 pages a week for each student. We have testing materials, blue books, and Scantrons. And then as we go through the little video tour of our space, you'll see that we have artwork on the walls. And I'll talk a little bit about later what that is. And we also have reservable study rooms. So we have a quiet study for 1 to 5 people. And then we have a conference room for 3 to 12 people. So you're able to study in there or reserve that. And we also have a kitchenette where we have a fridge if students want to keep their lunch. If you're on campus all day and they want to keep their lunch cool, you can use that. We have a sink, microwave, toaster, and all that good stuff. So that's a little bit about our center. Next slide, please. Thank you. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Summer Transfer Enrichment Program called STEP. So once transfer students are admitted to UCSD and you accept, you are invited to participate in our STEP program that takes place over the summer before the fall quarter that you start. And it's a really great program. So it's a build your own program. So that means that you can attend as few or as many sessions as you would like. So we have various sessions on academic advising, parking and transportation, um, mental health resources. And so these sessions are typically recorded, and then we have notes available within 24 hours that are posted on our website. So it's a really good program. It's also hybrid. So we have webinars that are virtual, just like this one. And then we also have in-person events if you want to, meet us, the staff, in person, and then also meet other transfer students. Like I said, program elements is we have transfer talks, Transfers Connects, which are socials. And yeah, so STEP program is a really good or way to get connected to the Transfer Hub or just UCSD before your first fall quarter. Next slide, please. So a really good resource for prospective transfer students is connecting with a peer coach. So what I would recommend for all students is to, whether you're looking at UCSD or other campuses, is to connect with somebody from that institution that you're interested in. And so we have transfer peer coaches who are current transfer students and they are people who have walked in your shoes. And whether you have questions big or small, transfer peer coaches are able to meet with you in person or virtually. They're trained on enrollment and career support. Our transfer peer coaches can't answer questions on admission requirements, but they can answer other questions. So if you're like, well, how did you choose UCSD, or what do you like about UCSD? Where are your favorite study spots and stuff? So they can share those types of things. And I know Kevin put some stuff in the chat for those links if you're interested. And next slide. So Transfer Hub annual events. So we have signature events year round, and these are just the really big ones that are really popular. So week 0, which is usually welcome week. So this is like the first week before classes start in fall quarter. So we have an all college transfer welcome. So all students from all different colleges are invited to have like some type of ice cream social. Usually we have something fun like that. And then fall quarter, the 4th week of October is always National Transfer Student Week. And so we have a week long of events, of fun things. So we had an ice cream social during National Transfer Student Week. We had resume review mini sessions. We had a big transfer resource fair. So we have good events. And then usually we would have like some type of food component that goes with each event. So that's always a nice thing. During the winter quarter, we have the Storytellers Gallery. I put a picture of one of the artworks. So the Storytellers Gallery is where transfer students can submit their artwork to win a scholarship. And so this past year, the artwork that you see there is one of the winners from last year, and it was about $1,000 scholarship. So a really great event as well. And then during spring quarter, we also have HAGS, which is Have a Great Summer. And it's really just a fun send-off event for transfer students to say one last hurrah before we go into summer break. Those are some of our events. Next slide, please. So how to get connected. So we're really big on social media. We're on TikTok and Instagram. If you're interested in learning about our space or seeing like the culture of the Transfer Hub or seeing some silly videos made by other transfer students, I definitely recommend following us on Triton Transfers. Our email, tritontransfers@ucsc.edu. If you're in doubt, email us, and whatever it is, we can do our best to answer your question, or we can also refer you to another resource or department on campus that might have the answers for you. And then our website. So we have resources for research and involvement, events, our peer coaching links and stuff. So that is transferstudents.ucsc.edu. So definitely get connected with us should you have more questions. And with that, I will hand it over to the Student Veterans Resource Center. Thank you.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. My name is Nat. I'm here with the Student Veterans Resource Center, and I'm here along with Shannon.
Hello,
Shannon, you with
everyone.
us? There you are.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Go for it, Nat.
So we just wanted to do some quick introductions. I am the program manager. My name is Nat Cap. I use they, them, theirs pronouns. And I have worked with the space for about 2 years now. This is my third academic year in the role. Shannon?
Well, my name is Shannon. I am the program specialist at the SVRC, and I work right alongside Nat. Next slide. So at the Student Veterans Resource Center, we wanted to include our vision and mission in this presentation. Our vision is to support the holistic success of our military-connected community at UC San Diego and beyond. Our mission is to support military-connected students' personal, academic, and professional success. In collaboration with campus partners, we identify and mitigate barriers while creating and managing programs, services, and initiatives for military-connected student success. Next slide. So how we serve our students, we actually have our space, then our services, events, and programs. So in that first innermost circle, we have the space, whether dependents or veterans or students who otherwise support the military. One thing that I have heard that students find most valuable about our space is the community, that peer-to-peer connection and engaging with individuals who either understand where you are coming from or recognize your background, who have had similar experiences themselves. And sometimes you just want a space, or a student would want a space where they can just feel free to study quietly or, engage in a way that isn't necessarily directly talking, but is still a meaningful interaction. So in our space, aside from that community connection, we do have tech access and a study space. Much like many of our other student resource centers, we also have free printing. Some of the services we offer is that we come alongside CAPS, the Student Counseling and Psychological Services, OSD, which is the Office of Student with Disabilities, as well as we have various advocacy and referral efforts. Our events that we have include our Welcome Aboard event. Currently, we are actually in the midst of our Veterans Week event. Today, we celebrated the Staff Veteran and Student Veteran of the Year at a ceremony, and so we really value honoring our student veterans every day, but even more so during Veterans Week. And we have our graduation celebration as well, which we'll give another little sneak peek into in a few slides. Some of the programs we have for students include our Peer Navigator program, which is a veteran-to-veteran mentorship program, where if a student or a veteran student is transferring in, they can meet with another veteran student who, again, is going to hopefully have had similar experiences. They can give them that inside background information on how best to be successful on campus. We have Career Launch, which is another program where Nat and I lead a course on how to start off well in the career world. For many military connected students and veterans, they're unsure how to make that transition into a civilian job. And so Career Launch can be really valuable in that it helps students basically connect to the organizations and companies they might want to work with. As well, we employ various students. So our center, I think each year has about 11 students that we are military connected, either dependents or veterans, and we are happy to have them in our space. They are the folks who you might see most of day to day, and they are out and about in the space and ready to assist with any questions, comments, concerns you have. And our final program is the Professional Development Fund, which is for military connected, more specifically veterans, ROTC, dependents, and that is up to $500 for specific professional development needs. Let's say after your 4th year, you want to take an MCAT, so an expensive test. You can use these funds to pay for the MCAT test. And so It is a fantastic fund, and if you are interested in learning about more of anything that I have just said, feel free to hop on over to svrc at ucsd.edu, and that is going to give you more information, svrc.ucsd.edu, pardon me. Next slide. So we have various campus and community support liaisons, as I mentioned. And so student veteran and also military connected student, right? It is, we are not a space exclusively for veterans. So we have our space and we liaison with financial aid, the Counseling and Psychological Services Office, the Office of Admissions, the Office of Students with Disabilities, the Veteran Staff Association, Career Services. The importance of this slide is to reiterate how we help you all to access the services that are accessible to you as students, should you come to this campus. And so we want to make sure that you are getting all the services that you would need. Next slide. We have various notable programs and events, much like our other centers. We're fortunate to have in-center snacks, and so if ever you are hungry in between classes, you can stop by, grab a Capri Sun, grab a class. We again have free printing as well as educational supplies, whether that's blue books or paper or pens. Military Moments is an incredible idea that was started by Nat, and as you can see to the right, it showcases our students in moments of service, and we want to honor the fact that yes, they are students now, but the life that they were living was one of service. And so we love having this Military Moments wall in our space. And should you visit and be military connected, we would love to also include your photo in the space. We have Fuel for Finals and Midterm Munchies, which basically is more free food to fuel you through those hard tests. If you're 25 and over, we do a fantastic mixer collaboration with the Triton Transfer Hub. So you get to hang out on campus, recognize that there are other non-traditional students who are hanging out with you. It's, again, a great space for community. Our Veterans Week, which I mentioned, our Memorial Day Remembrance is another significant event, as well as previously mentioned, our new student welcome aboard. Next slide. So to highlight our military connected graduation celebration, it is a celebratory dinner and reception for graduates and their families. Honorary stoles are awarded at no cost to students, and it's open to veterans, service members, ROTC students, and dependents. Nat and I are extremely proud that 2024 was our largest event ever. We encourage our military connected students to come be a part of this celebration. It is an incredible event to be a part of. We welcome your family, and we just want to honor the service that you or your family members have done to get you where you are at UC San Diego. Next slide. So this is the section for Q&A. Please let us know if you have any questions.
All right. Thank you so much to our amazing campus partners. We now have a question for each of you. The first question is for the Office for Students with Disabilities, Alejandra. Even if the question is, even if I haven't been able to provide all documentation regarding my disability, but I've received accommodations in the past, is it possible to get accommodations at UC San Diego?
Yes, so if you do have a history of accommodations at another institution or in K through 12, you can submit what you have from your previous schools, and we can work with you to provide provisional accommodations while you work on providing us with either updated information or more detailed information.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This next question is for Priscilla in the Undocumented Student Services Center. What financial aid options are there for undocumented students at UC San Diego?
Yes, this is a very common question that we receive from our students. So the first is the California Dream Act application, which is very similar to FAFSA. It's specifically for California student residents, so that can help students get state aid grants specifically, and a couple of other scholarships as well. And the second thing is AB 540 status. Due to residency and immigration policies, undocumented student services, or sorry, students are considered out of state. But what the AB 540 affidavit does is that as students can provide attending a combination of K through 12 schooling in the state of California any 3 years. So if it was some years in elementary, some years in middle school, and some years in the high school, as long as there's 3 years altogether, the student qualifies for AB 540, which then grants them in-state tuition for tuition purposes. So that's one of the ways in which they'll also receive financial aid. And then we also support students with the PACE scholarship program here on campus as well. So there's a few options for students.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that information. The next question is for the Triton Transfer Hub Resource Center. Kevin, as a prospective transfer student, what resources do you recommend?
As a prospective student, of course, I'm going to plug our resource. We have peer coaches in our space. They do meet with prospective students. You can go on our website, make a in-person or Zoom meeting, whichever is easier to do. And all of our peer coaches have their own, background, personality, major, anything that you may, want to talk about. Another resource, other resources I would look at is if you plan to live on campus or off campus, there's resources in order to find off-campus housing. There's an off-campus housing resource so that you can find a place to live in San Diego. Or if you want to live on campus, you can also look at the HDH website to see what options are there, especially if you are looking for more specific option. Like there's various what are called LLCs, like gender inclusive housing, and a large list I won't go through. And a third one I would look at is any cultural center that abide with. Something like SVRC. We have the Raza Resource Centro for Hispanic students and a variety of others.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Last question. This is for the Student Veteran Resource Center. Either Shannon or Nat can tackle this question. How do I learn more about accessing my federal or state VA benefits at UC San Diego?
That is a great question, Dave. Thank you for asking that question. So here at the Student Veterans Resource Center, we actually do not provide direct benefits counseling out of the center, as our veteran benefits counselors are actually out of our registrar's office. So the registrar has put together a fantastic resource, a website, easy to remember, veteransbenefits.ucsd.edu, that will walk you through being a prospective student, what's the best benefit for me, CalVet, Chapter 35, Chapter 33, how do I access all of those? And then once I get all of those requirements done, how do I then activate my benefits at UCSD? If you have any questions about that resource, feel free to email us at svrc@ucsd.edu. I put it in the chat, but I will also put the link to our veterans website, benefits website in the chat as well. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much, Nat. And thank you all for your valuable insights. It looks like we're nearing the end of our session, but before we sign off, we'd like to share some important details regarding the application timeline. Applications are now open, and we encourage all of you to apply today. You can apply to any or all 9 undergraduate campuses within the University of California system. The submission period is open now through December 2nd for fall 2025 admissions. And we highly recommend applying to multiple campuses to maximize your chances. The application fee is $80 per campus for domestic students and $95 per campus for international students. Fee waivers are available through the online application, which can cover fees for up to 4 campuses if you qualify. Decision dates. So first-year students will receive their decision by the end of March, transfer students by the end of April. Acceptance deadlines. So first-year students must accept their offer of admissions by May 1st, while transfer students have until June 1st to accept their offer. And please keep these dates in mind to ensure you don't miss the opportunity to join our vibrant Triton community. Don't forget to connect with undergraduate admissions. We encourage you to subscribe to our email newsletter to receive the latest updates and news directly in your inbox. Email is a key way we communicate with prospective students and admitted students, so you won't want to miss out. The best way to experience our campus is through our guided tours. We highly encourage you to visit and hear firsthand from our campus ambassadors, who are current Tritons, about their experiences and insight. If you can't make it to campus in person, don't worry. We also offer virtual tours so you can explore the size and beauty of our campus from anywhere. Connect with UC San Diego undergraduate admissions on social media. Follow us on your preferred platform, and don't forget to tag us in your posts. We'd love to see your content. If you'd like to explore more helpful resources, we encourage you to check out our YouTube page. It features a variety of relevant videos that you can review at your convenience. Additionally, if you've missed any of our virtual events, we encourage you to visit our events recordings page located under the Helpful Resources tab to watch past webinars at your convenience from home. All right, and then for inquiries about campus tours, events, undergraduate admissions, or the application process, we encourage you to contact the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. The best way to do this is by visiting our contact form found on our website. Please check our website for our office hours. All right. Well, that's a wrap for our webinar today. We thank you all for joining us, and we really wish you a wonderful evening.